How to master your emotions. In this session, we will explore some top tips to recognise and manage our emotions to help us achieve positive outcomes in life. Welcome to ETHOS Tutor Bites, a moment in your day to explore what matters in your life. This session is about helping you thrive as a part of our Developing Character and Values series. Life can be a roller coaster, can't it? We all have ups and downs, and it's normal to experience a range of emotions as we travel through the journey of life. Happiness, sadness, anger and fear are some of the most obvious ones. But we actually experience a lot more emotions than this, and the more we can recognise and understand them, the more we can harness our emotions to help us achieve positive outcomes in life. Think of the last time you felt truly elated. Maybe your football team won a match, you got great marks on a test, or you received a gift from someone you care about. Now imagine a world without any emotion. You'd never experienced these feelings of love, happiness and joy that I'm sure we all agree make life worth living. Now take a minute to think of the last time you felt sad, scared or angry. What happened? What did you do? Love it or hate it, we all experience difficult emotions too, and the truth is, they are there for a purpose. While some of us find it easier to suppress uncomfortable emotions, sweep them under the rug and pretend they don't exist, others of us can let them run rampant and take complete control over our lives and actions. Or we might even find ourselves doing both of these things at different times. Newsflash, neither of these ways of dealing with emotions are going to help us out in the long run. But the good news is that we can learn to harness these emotions to help us achieve positive outcomes in life. So how do we get there? Here are 3 simple steps we can use to take control over our emotions. Number 1, call it what it is. The first step is to acknowledge and accept the emotion you're experiencing. This can be easier said than done, as it's often hard to put our feelings into words, and sometimes we don't even like to admit what we're feeling. Have a go now using the emojis to help. Maybe you can think of some other emotions too. If you want to pause the PowerPoint to take some time to do this in pairs, do that now. Number 2, consider the why. Once you've identified the specific emotion you're feeling, pay attention to what it may be trying to tell you. Why is the emotion there? When did you start feeling like this? What events have led up to you feeling this way? The more we understand why we feel the way we do, the better equipped we'll be to communicate what's going on to others, as well as to take the positive steps we need to deal with our emotions effectively. Number 3, choose a response. Once you've taken time to understand why you feel the way you do, you'll be in a better position to decide how best to respond as a result. Remember that you have the power to choose. You can either let your emotions lead you towards positive actions or negative ones. And ultimately, we want to choose constructive responses that will help us grow and bring about the best possible outcomes in our own lives and the lives of others. Let's consider an example. This is Josie. Josie has been biting her nails a lot recently and snapping at her friends. When a friend asks what her problem is, she realises she has been feeling stressed and overwhelmed. That's step 1, call it what it is. On her way home from school, Josie considers why she's feeling this way, step 2, and realises that it's because she has a coursework deadline coming up but is struggling to get any of her work done in the evenings. She has to help out looking after her baby sister every night, and there are challenges at home which mean she doesn't get much work done there. She's struggling to complete everything in the lesson time alone, and this has been causing underlying feelings of worry and stress. Now she knows what's causing her to feel stressed, Josie considers her response so far. She realises that up until now, her response has been to bite her nails and take it out on her friends. Josie wants to find a better solution. What do you think are some other positive ways Josie could respond to how she's feeling instead? What constructive actions could she take? This is step 3. Take a moment to pause the PowerPoint now and have a discussion about positive, constructive actions Josie could take instead. You might have thought of things like speak to her teacher about the difficulties she's having at home and how it's affecting her work. This could lead to Josie getting more support at school in order to help her complete her work. She could be honest with her friends about what's going on and apologise for the way she's treated them recently. This could improve her friendships and prevent further stress from fallouts at school. Or she may choose to speak to her family about how she's struggling with schoolwork as a result of everything she needs to do at home. Agree on some nights a week she can focus on getting coursework done. This may lead to changes at home that help Josie with her studies. All of these responses will lead to more positive outcomes for Josie. So now it's over to you. Try putting these 3 steps into practice when it comes to your emotions. Number 1, accept and acknowledge how you are feeling. Pay attention to your emotions and call it what it is. Number 2, ask yourself what may be making you feel the way you do and consider the why behind the emotion. And number 3, slow down and choose a constructive response. Think about what actions you could take to create the most positive outcomes for you and those around you. Pause the video now to discuss the following questions in your tutor group. Firstly, do you believe that every emotion can lead to a positive outcome if you let it? Why or why not? Secondly, which emotions do you think are the hardest to respond to constructively and why? And finally, number 3, which of the 3 steps would you like to get better at putting into practice?